Okay, so in this video we'll see that how you can find acceleration from speed time graph. Okay, so we can find acceleration by the formula that we already know. The formula for the acceleration is nothing but change in velocity with respect to time. So this is the mathematical expression for acceleration, but we can also find the acceleration with graph by finding the gradient of speed time graph. Now what is gradient? Gradient is nothing but slope. What is the formula for gradient? If you want to find gradient of any graph, there is a simple formula of that. It's that y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So by using this formula, using the gradient of the speed time graph, we can calculate acceleration. So here we have taken the three different graphs, as you can see, and we'll find out the acceleration one by one. Okay, let us start. Let us see this graph. What does the graph says? That for 1 second speed is 8, for 2 seconds speed is again 8, and then for 5 seconds speed is 8. That means there is no change in the speed. So if there is no change in the speed, your acceleration will be 0 and the gradient is also 0. As you can see, there is no change. Point A, whatever point you take to find out the gradient, you will get the 0 as they are on the straight line. Okay, so gradient is also 0 and so the acceleration is 0. Let us see the another one. Now see this graph. As you can see, this graph is a straight line. Okay, for 1 second speed is 2 meter per second, for 2 seconds speed is 4 meter per second, for 3 speed is 6 meter per second. So you can say that the acceleration is constant as the change in the speed is constant. Like for every 1 second there is a change of 2 meter per second. So here the change in the speed is constant. So your your acceleration will also be constant throughout this graph. So you can take any 2 points. You will get constant acceleration. What we are doing, we are finding acceleration from speed time or velocity time graph. Okay, so change in if there is constant change in speed or velocity, your acceleration will also be constant. So we will find the acceleration from this graph, but the acceleration will be constant. You can take any of the point. Let us start with, let's suppose I'm taking this point. I'm taking this and this 2 point. Okay, to find out the gradient, to find out the slope, or to find out the acceleration. Let's take this 2 point. If you want, you can make this line for understanding, and if not, you can do it directly. So this 2 point, let us see the axis of this point. This is 3 and 6, whereas this point is 2, x-axis is 2 and y-axis is 4. Now what is the formula for the gradient? Gradient is nothing, or you can say acceleration is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. This is the higher point, so you will take this as, this is your x1, whereas this is your y1, this is your x2 and y2. So y2 is 6, y1 is 4, x2 is 3 and x1 is 2. So 6 minus 4, 2 upon 1. That means your acceleration is 2 meter per second square. You can take any point. You can take even this point and this point. You will get the same acceleration. Let us see that if you will taking this point. Let me suppose this and this point. Why you will get acceleration constant? Because there is a speed. The change in the speed is constant. So if you want, you can take the other point as well. You're going to get the same acceleration. Okay, let me show it. This point is 4 and 8. Let us take these 2 points. Okay, So what will be your gradient for these 2 points? Acceleration equals to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Now this is your x2 and y2, whereas this is x1 and y1. So y2 is 8 minus 4 upon 4 minus 2. That will be this. And again you're getting your acceleration as 2 meter per second square. So for this graph, where this change in speed is constant, you're going to get constant acceleration. There will be no change in the acceleration no matter which point you are taking. Let us see the third graph. Now look at this graph. There is no constant change in speed or velocity. As you can see, for 1 second, speed is somewhat like 1 meter per second. Then for 2, it is 2. Even for 1, it is for 1 second, speed is less than 1, then 2. So there is no constant change in the speed. So the acceleration that you will get from this graph is known as variable acceleration. Why variable acceleration? Because the speed is not constant. The change in speed is not constant, as we have seen from this graph. This change in speed was constant, so getting constant acceleration. Here you will get variable acceleration, means for different point you will get different acceleration, but all will be correct. And if you will see how you will find out the gradient of this graph, as you can see, it's a curve, it's not a straight line. To find out the gradient of curve, what we do, we draw a tangent. So take any point from this curve, like suppose I'm taking this one, I'm taking this point for 2 seconds and draw one tangent. What is tangent? What I'm drawing? I have drawn one tangent. What is tangent? Tangent is nothing but a line that touches your curve at single point. Which point I have taken? I have taken this point. Okay, what is this axis? This is 2 and 2 on both the axes. From this point I have drawn a tangent. Okay, again, what is tangent? Tangent is a line that is drawn on a curve or a circle by just one point, by touching of one point. Like from this line only, this line is touching this curve at one point, and that point is 2 to 2. Okay, so now this is your tangent. Now for the gradient of the curve, we have to draw tangent. Now you can take the any 2 point from this tangent. So first one point we have to take this, as we have drawn tangent from this point. The other point you can take of your convenience, like I can take let's say this point. Okay, so I've taken this point. So here x-axis is 3, whereas the y, if you can see, this is 2, this is 4, so this is 3.5. So now we have to find out the gradient of these 2 points. How you will do that? Same, by applying the same formula, finding the acceleration by using the gradient. So we will apply the same formula for the gradient. The upper one is 2, like this is x2, y2. This is x1, y1. So y2 is 3.5, y1 is 2, x2 is 3, and x1 is 2. So 3.5 minus 2, it will be 1.5 upon 1. So you're getting acceleration as 1.5 meter per second square. And the acceleration that we are getting from this graph is known as variable acceleration. Why? Because this is not for the constant speed. The change of the speed is not constant, so you will get different acceleration. So that's why it's known as a variable acceleration. From the graph which has a constant change of speed, from that you're going to get the constant acceleration, and the graph where there is no change of speed, there you will get zero acceleration.